Alright guys, welcome back to yet another video. Let's take a look at what we accomplished, last thing that I accomplished, which was yesterday. So this project is loading. Alright, so full disclaimer again, 80% of the times I have no clue what I'm doing. And this is the raw truth. If you take a look at my videos, then you will see me figuring out stuff on the spot. As I've mentioned, that's a skill that I've been trying to cultivate or get better at rather. I am somewhat competent. I'm seeking, attempting to apply myself in all these areas in development and to generally better myself, doing things that are hard, no matter how difficult they are. So let's get into it. Um, this is the last thing that I accomplished in the last video. I created a delete images method, and what this essentially does, it compares images in our local directory here, so the images that are in the database. And if an image in our directory is not in the database, then that image is removed. So I accomplished that by essentially comparing two lists, well, a list and an array to be particular specific, and I set up the path string to look identical so that I can do a comparison. Then I went ahead and got all image fields from the product table and populated that inside of a list of strings, which holds as I said, that I'm trying to get them to look the same so that I can do the comparison. Now here I have I'm doing a nested loop with a flag inside of it, and I'm looping over the images in the directory first and foremost, and then I have a flag here, a boolean that says is in DB set to false. I'll put it here instead of out here because I want to set it to false for each item. Right, so after each item has been checked, and set this back to false. So after an item has been checked in the directory, I want to set it back to false. I want to go on and check the other item, and if it's not equal to true, then I go ahead and delete it. There's a nested for loop, but there's no for each for the list. And what I'm simply doing here is for each of the items in the DB images, database images, if the current, so this loop here has to complete before this can be incremented, before this can move on to the other loop. So if at any point the first image inside of the array is equal to any of the images inside of the database, then it's an indication that it is inside the database, right? So, and I come down here after each of these, after for loop, to check if it's not in the database. So if this is equal to false, this will not operator will equate this everything here to true, and then this will go inside of this and delete that particular file from our database, from our directory rather. Alright, so that about covers it for what I did in our last video. So today, right now, what I'm gonna do is I had a group meeting today, and apparently I found out that team members had implemented session tracking, and so it tracks the logged in user. And I can access that. So this class is static, and I can access the logged in user from anywhere in my program. So I'm going to incorporate that in my code right into the database and so forth. Now, As per usual, if it's not code that I've written, then I don't know what the code is doing. So I have to take a look at what's going on here to be able to manipulate it or use it to my advantage. So I know what's going on here in the database. These user roles are represented by these numbers respectively, and this is an enum. I think an enum is a way to represent constants, right? Enum is a way to represent constants. So we have another enum here with a constant of matching credential 0. Credential is incorrect, 0, success equal 2. Then we have the static class here, which goes on to say that, okay, static user role, user role, user role is an enum, right, is equal to user role that not logged in, and so that would be setting it's equal to 5. And then here, that use static because this is inside of a static class, not logged in. And then we have here, we declare an integer for user ID, which is not being assigned at the moment. Now, we have something here that says public static user role. We're getting back. This is the lambda operator, and in this case, it's used for assigning what's on the right to what's on the left. It's a bit more complicated than that, and maybe my explanation was incorrect. Oh, lambda, it basically anonymous thingy. So this would be the input. This would be what's being returned. Okay, same thing for this. Password result. If user is not logged in, then we want to we have a password result, Okay. If the user is not if it's not equal to that not logged in, then we want to set it to no matching credentials, which will return 0. We're going to say database. So we're checking for the email here. So we're saying select ID, email address, and password user from user where email address is equal to that, right? And then we have one SQL command here, which takes in the command query. I call this query. Well, I guess command is but query. I call this query, especially when you're getting more data. Execute non-reader, right? So the password result is equal to new password result. A new password result is, I think that is somewhere. Go and look. Okay. Oh, we're actually inside password result. Cool. Password result equal new password result. And then if reader read, okay. I generally use a while here, I think. No, if the statement is correct. If you read anything, then we want to check if so if it found the data, then we want to check if reader the email address that was passed in is equal to the email address in the database. The same goes for the password. And then we return a result of password result not success, which is equal to 2. This is supposed to be okay. And then we get the user ID. So here's where we get the user ID. So that's after the credentials are correct. You get the user ID for the user. and then the user role. And then if it was incorrect, and we set this to equal credentials incorrect, whatever that enum is. Okay, so result is actually an instance of password result here. Password result here is, oh, the enum of password result. Okay, okay, I'm following now. I'm following. Oh, static plugin. Oh, so this method right here is of type enum. No, it's not of type enum. It returns the enum. It's the return value of the enum. So login. Okay, I'm following. Okay, let's go. So create a new instance of enum. Set it equal to new password result. Yeah. Then we do that check right here, and the result is equal to, so the enum that credentials incorrect, which is 1, and then credentials incorrect, which is 0. Based on the final thing, we return the result. I have something here for login. So let's take a look at our login form. I'm definitely going to add this concept to my arsenal. So here we're doing our login. Validation on the text fields in the text fields inside of the form itself, that are on the form itself. Um, if everything went right, then we want to pass in the email address and the password that the user entered. So if the result of this was equal to success, then we go ahead and unlock all of what's going on, because the controls, I don't know if you guys realize that I can't click anything in the menu strip until that I'm logged in. Alright, so that's basically what we're doing here. So now that we have that, I'm going to study this more deeply. This is my first time looking at this code. Study this more deeply. Get a better understanding so I can implement something like this in the future from scratch. All right. So that brings us to what we are going to be doing. So I want where I'm adding certain things that I am tracking who did what. The static places where I am. I found I'm passing a static ID. When passing a static ID, I want to pass in the farmer's ID instead. So the logged in user is a farmer. So when you're a farmer, can add a product, by the way. So there's something that I want to do here. So I want to get the farmer ID based on the user ID that's logged in. Okay. All right, let's get to it then. I wanna get performance ID based on the user ID that's user that's logged in. Right? So I'm going to add another. Should I create a method that says get performance ID? I think I'm going to do that. Alright, I did make an attempt to do something like this. This is my code. When I attempt to when you pass in a user object into this constructor right here, go to the user ID and find the performance ID. Populate not only finding the performance ID but populating the rest of the data form data with populating the rest of the form data with populating the rest of the form data based on the ID. Alright, so I spaced out a bit. I was trying to find something I can do here is I can refactor this code honestly. Alright, so what I want to do here is I'm gonna call session dot user ID. Right. I'm on refactoring, guys. I'm refactoring. Okay. If I think I'm just gonna call. I'm just gonna put this method call in this populate from object. When I declare a new farmer, I'm trying to work out how I'll go about that in my head. So I only need this for right now. So I'm gonna call populate farmer. You know what? I'm going to make this public. I'm gonna make this public. I'm gonna remove this. So I want to public the farmer ID. I will simply call this method right here. I'm gonna call the method right here, but when I'm added the product, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna populate the farmer object, and then I'm gonna use the farmer ID right here. I'm gonna call populate. I set it to public because I might want to use that. I might want to use it aside from simply adding a product, right? Crap. Yeah, man. We're doing that. We're doing that. So based on the logged in user, we're populating a farm object. Cool. Here I want to pass the farmer. Start refactoring my code to use this lecturer. Wants us to be using this keyword. And I explain what that meant in a video of mine. Alright, so do I need to do that for this? Okay, don't think I need to set the farmer ID. I don't, don't need to set the farmer ID because once it belongs to a farm, it belongs to a farm, right? I don't need to set the farmer ID first and foremost. The product will have the farmer ID in it. All that farmer is doing is updating the information of the product. It's not like the product is going to change ownership. Right. So refactoring here, guys. Right. Cool. I'm not gonna add the rest of this right now, but this logic should work. Should be working. Um, there are some changes that I should be putting. Probably gonna want me to comment these changes before. Okay. Okay. Everything is just how you want it, guys. Alright, so I need to check. Turn my mic a bit. Been having difficulties with my audio. I need to set up production better. I wasn't giving this much thought. I just started with something. So so we did the refactor right there. I did not have to write any other bunch of code. I had something that was already implemented. So I just refactored it to use the so the by the way the farmer class is only going to be used and a farmer is logged in, so I don't have to worry about edge cases. Well, I should worry about edge cases. Anything is really possible, but the symbol will return nothing if this is not inside of the farmer class. Alright, so to test this, I want to test it. What I want to do is, alright, so to test this, I want to see all of my users. Let's go on the database. I think I'm going to stop and record at about 10 o'clock. Kind of some pre-calculus work to go on the calendar the farmer. That's great. Where are we? Where at? So we're going to take a look at the farmer. Start for most. Show table data. Visual Studio does this when it's working with the database. Let's give it a second. Okay, no problem. Take a look at the user table. Show table data. All right, so been a lot of testing has been going on apparently. A lot of testing has been going on apparently, guys. So I'm gonna use. I'm gonna be using this farmer right here. I think I added this farmer so here already. Yes, I did. Farmer Joe. Joe, John Doe, working with John Doe, John Farmer Doe, working with him at jaoff.com. Another password of password. Guys, don't use this. I don't encourage you guys to set your password as password. That's one of the most hackable passwords out there. I'm pretty sure it's on the list of items to brute force. So his ID four, four should be in. It is no problem now. So I'm going to log in as Joe. First and foremost, I should not see when I go to manage product. I should not see. Hold up. I should not be seeing. So let's go to manage product. I should not see products that Farmer Joe did not add. And I added a, by the way, in fact, I will be seeing them because Farmer Joe is Farmer ID 1 and I've been using one. So, not Farmer Joe, John Farmer Doe. John Farmer Doe. So, about the name, let's just work with that, shall we? John Farmer Doe, which has an foreign key of user ID of 4 and an ID of 1. So let's check this refactor or manage product form, which we also worked on yesterday. Right. Your farmer. I want to do here is called farmer, new farmer equal new farmer, new farmer, right? Yes. What I want to do here is I'm going to rename. I'm going to rename the method to public farmer data than object or fetch farmer data. Oh, you know what I should do instead of doing it like that? I should use up my tools. So yeah, big up yourself. Use up the tools, them, sir. I'm gonna rename this. So for every grade as I don't know if anybody was tested and decided to use. Okay, so just three references. Fetch farmer data. That should be applied everywhere. So I'm doing okay. Okay, so let's go back to manage product. We call a new farmer. So I'm gonna call fetch farmer data on farmer. Uh farm military just declare the farmer. Farmer that fetch farmer data. Right. So what we want to do here now is farmer that farmer ID. So whichever farmer is logged in, that's the product that they'll see. So they'll see all the products that have a farmer, which is an integer inside of the database, which is a foreign key that is equal to farmer ID. So let's get to it. I should comment this. Let's try testing this first. Alright, so what we call this was John F though I've never used another email besides the very email that you guys been seeing that I've been using at JA. Okay, so this is JHub. JHub. Hub is not for anything but Jamaica, but JHub, guys. Your mind's password. Moment of truth, by the way. And we're logged in. Yeah, College Sheriff. Look up yourself, man. So when you go to the user portal, so revamp. Okay, some changes are made to this, but my group member didn't push the changes apparently. Okay, so we're not writing userless code here. File not found. We're running into an image already. Did not have it yesterday. So file is equal to I think I know the issue, I really think I do. Group member of mine, I was testing the ad product, but because he didn't push his changes, I don't have the file. I do not have the file in my local repository. So what I'm gonna have to do is manually delete that product. What I'm gonna have to do is manually delete that product. So we have to go to the products table. I'll go to the products tables and delete a reference to that product because everything is under John Doe, John Farmer Doe. So here it is. We added this, so we have to come here. Let's see if we can delete this row. Yes, we want to delete that row. I don't have that in my repository, so I'll run into a bunch of problems. It will give me a file that doesn't exist. So let's try logging in again. John F. Doe at jhub.com. Password. Alright, let's try again. And if this doesn't work, there's a different error. Alright, so that was the error. That was the error. So this is the product that was on the Farmer Joe. So if I was to log in on a different farmer account, I should not be seeing this. So let's just test that. Let us test that. So I want to know what the user ID or data for another farm is. So I have this person apparently. I'm just gonna do not add this. So I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna try logging in. Email. I think this name is Dig. Alright, so we're logged in. Okay, that works beautifully. So if you go to user portal, you should not be seeing exactly. We're not seeing that product that was on the John F. Doe's account. So that's it's working exactly how I want to work. And if we were to add a farmer here, I believe, yes, we did. We actually did. So if we were to reuse that image, I need to add a placeholder here because this doesn't really look to add that image. Next, farmer test. Let's say farmer unique component test stuck. Save that. Running into an error. Damn. Okay. The SQL insert statement conflicted foreign key format conflicted according to table format ID column. I have no idea what the problem could be. Let me take a look at the query. Insert into oh, something did not work, guys. Something did not work. The format ID here is 0. There is no format ID by the name of 0. So if we were to over the command, you can get a better look at what query looks like. Wait, did it say 0 all over or 1 in this? Saying 1 in that. No. Let me. So the field where, yeah, we don't have a format ID by the name of 0, so we're going to run into a lot of conflictions with the foreign key. So we have to revisit fetch format data. I really thought this was working though. Oh, I know what the issue is. We don't have, and this is something that I wanted to address here. We don't have a reference to this user inside of our format table. Right, so the conditional bring back 0. So what we need to do is add, so let me exit the program. So we need to go over here now is add the form, add a form of ID 14. That's all we want for now, honestly. Right? Try to run this again. The email should still be on my clipboard. Yes, it is. I believe the password was dig. I need to account for that edge case because that was already edge case a while ago. So we have to use our portal and we go to manage products. You should not see any other products but what is added. So let's try testing this again. Unique. Tree. Category price. I need to do some data binding. So I'm definitely not going to do. So let's see if this works, guys. Yes, it did. It did. So that error definitely needs to be fixed. So if I do come back to manage products, I should see this. Right? I should see that. And that should also be reflected inside of shop. 2 different products. This is for that user. This is for the other user. Right. If I was log out and log in again with John F. Doe at jhub.com, password. if you go back to the user portal, you should not see the one that says so code is working, guys. So what we need to implement now is the delete functionality for farmers product. So let's get on that. I'm gonna close out of this for now. I'm gonna close out of this for now. I need to do some exception handling is the best way to go about it. Where was the exception? Not remembering which far was the exception. Just think it should be this. When loading. Yeah, when referencing a form ID is 0. Alright, so let's try that. We're gonna wrap everything here in a try block. Try catch. No. Copying all this curly braces because I lose track sometimes. I think this should be it. Yeah. Cut. Not seeing red lines appearing, so that means everything is there. Let's see. I need to Google it. See what's going on in the repository. Gary was the last person that I did something. SQL. I think I want to check for the particular SQL exception. I think I can come here and try that. Exception. Before I search, let's see what. So SQL exception. There, data is not the X. Definitely want to show that. So I'm gonna show what's good. So I want to see arrow upward. Not sure. Oh, this spell okay. You know what? I'm not able to sure that's the proper word. I swear. I am not great at this spelling business. So very awkward. I'm just gonna use interpolation. I started off with C. They did some conversion specifiers, which wasn't half bad. But I took the time to really delve into was Python, and I use a lot of depth strings, formatted strings. So I can't take concatenation. I don't like it. X dot message. So I just want to show the message. I don't really care what this is. I don't have an instance of exception to reference. That message is a cool. So shouldn't crash on us another time. Should not crash on us. But I need to get that. So my team member is responsible for adding like creating users and so forth. So I was issuing today's meeting. If you're creating a form, I do need the ID to be placed simultaneously or right after user ID to be placed in the form table. Alright, so that should take care of that. So what I said I wanted to do was I wanted to implement the delete functionality. And the delete button is on the I have no, it's not my controls, shop controls. I need to refactor all these stuff. So one naming convention, pharma products, yes. So let's double click on delete, shall we? So when delete is, I think I want to implement that inside the pharma object as well. Using classes, I'm embracing OOP. I'm really embracing OOP. I've never really embraced OOP this much before, but I'm really embracing it now. Really, 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 really embracing it. So we're gonna say something like public, public int using the same method here where execute non-query returns amount arrows affected. So amount arrows affected. So I want to get the amount arrows affected. And if more than one, if a row, if the affected rows are greater than 0, then our operation was successful. Well, successful in terms of it was executed without issue. But we're successful in terms of what we want to do is how we structure our SQL statement. So, guys, I want to. So this is called delete product. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna pass in a product object, right? We're gonna pass in a product object. This is complaining because I really don't like seeing that red thing when I'm doing my thing. Like seeing red when there's only there's zero. Like anything else, not a complaining about preference. But it's good that it's telling me that it's not returning anything. Alright, but I need to get that rid out of my face. So what we're gonna do now is we're simply gonna just gonna copy this. I'm not interested in writing about what it's called. That's right here. I'm gonna copy this, paste it right here. I think I'm just gonna delete the line. Mm-hmm. I think this is what the delete statement is done exactly. Now I need to refresh. I live on WG schools and other platforms. I don't really have these things inside my head, but I learned how to use them. So I just need to look them up. Delete from, not delete from table. I just need to look them up, and that's a skill that I'm using as I'm trying to be using. So first and foremost, on the particular farmer object, but the products that belong to the farmer will pop up. They won't be able to delete anybody else's product. So that's alright. Cool. I think there's a lot we probably can do some more to go about this in a safer manner. But hey, this is working so far. What I'm doing has been working, so just turn my mic again. I have a tendency of talking low, and I think that is affecting my loudness of my audio. There, so where are we? We're in the delete here. So what I want to do is okay. I want to call farmer or farm equal. I have farmer as a class in product. So should I call farmer? Should I create a new farmer class or just here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a farmer inside the product. Farmer dot delete product. And I need to pass in product. So this is kinda funny if you think about it. I think I should uh, I think I should just create a farm object, farm is inside the product. I don't think I should be using this farm inside the product is for to use for different purposes. So I think it can be used. I don't think I should be using it. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I need to go over my head and I don't think anything is a bit affected. If anything is affected, then I will just have to deal with it later. I probably should strive to be safe. So on, you need a message box, which much more than a message, by the way. We're going to use some overloads of the message box that show method. So I'm gonna say, are you sure you want to delete this item? I have them clicking delete by mistake. I make them clicking delete by mistake, and it's just the end of their salvation. I was kind of joking about this in my class. I was telling my lecturer when he brought up something like this that um that's their business. They should be clicking delete in the first place. As a pure joke, by the way. All right, caption. So I'm gonna pass a caption. Should I pass as a caption? Caption is probably gonna be the top left information. Right. The caption. There should be some message buttons. Okay. So I need some message box buttons that yes, no. I want to set that equal to, how does this work again? Yes, no. Okay, I don't have to set it equal to anything. Don't think I have to set it equal to anything. I think this whole thing will return a dialogue, just like we did with the uploading the thing. So can I check a dialog that okay? Should I put okay cancel? Alright, it's alright. It's fine. Um, there's some other stuff we want to add to this, by the way. So I want to add a message box icon. It's approaching 10 o'clock. Just looking at the overload and say message box icon dot warning. I'm gonna work with warning for now. Do we want to add another overload? What other overload options are there? No, we're okay with what's going on here. Okay, good. So this whole thing should be returning a dialog. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap this inside of if block equal IntelliSense should tell me that yes. Okay, if that yes, we want to go ahead and delete our product. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and delete that product. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that product. So it's alright. Probably might have to come back to this. I really don't just leaving this as is. I just should just get a farmer, instantiate a new farmer class. Ah, but hey, I'm pretty much content. So if even if I miss, but I feel like something is speaking to me. We don't need that else do nothing. All right. Let's try. So which product shall we delete from the database? Oh, you know one thing I forgot to do? I forgot to not to. All right. Here's what we're going to be doing. We are not utilizing the delete images. So first and foremost, if farm updates a product successfully, updates the product, that is, and we know if it's successful based on the return value. So I think I need to go to FRM, add edit products. If I do, mm, successfully updated. Okay, why did I write successfully two times here? Okay. I updated successfully. I only want to delete because the image would have changed. No. Oh yeah, if they change the image, then the image field for their product in the database would have changed. Then leaving the images in the directory. So I want to get rid of all that image. I don't want anything extra to be there. So delete images. Oh, we call that Gucci. So there's one other place that we want to do that, and that is when And that is when we are, I'm just coming from there, I'm just coming from there. We are deleting the image. Yes. Yes. This whole thing should be returning an integer. I think I should just go with a better judgment. I want, if I remove the format on the line, I really want to have, I really want to have it. I don't want to have to come back. Honestly, it's really dawning on me. Um, what are we doing? Do we need to get format ID? I'm just gonna do that. Format fetch. Safety purposes, I think. Take a look at the format class. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to leave it though. Doesn't matter. I'm not referencing a file ID here anywhere. So if the person was seeing this product in the first place, then something was definitely wrong. So, I really don't think this one. It doesn't matter. No, no, leave it here. That delete product. Passing the product. I'm gonna write. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. What's wrong here? It's expecting something. Where is it expecting? Oh, let's see. Format product, and here after this is completed, we want to call utilities. I'm really proud of this method that I created. Delete images. Usually, but we don't want that image in our directory. We don't want it. So let's start. Mhm. So let's last. Oh my, totally forgetting. All right, so I want to delete that product that other form we get added. Oh, where do I find the form data? I want his. I want to use that class. I want his email address. I want his email address. What am I doing again? Let's start again. Where are we? Oh, we're logging in. Yes, yes, we're logging in, guys. We're testing our. Ali, do I still dig up dirt? Okay, guys. You guys just be adding stuff in. So, okay, so when we use a portal, I'm going to go to manage products. I don't want to delete this item. Alright, I have exception. Wow, it cannot access files. Okay, so this is very interesting because it's being used by another process. What other process is using it? So we're deleting the file here, but we're having an issue where there is a blockage. So we call that thing almost close to a deadlock regards to operating systems. Oh, not really. Similar concept. This is being used on the process, so you can't delete it. It's just like when you have a file open or have an editing a file. Okay, guys, this is really being used by the process. So I don't know where to even begin. This is this is really don't know where to begin. Right, so I want to take a step back. What is using that file? What other process is using that file? I want to reconsider where I put the delete. Maybe I maybe I treat it like a garbage collection, right? Maybe I treat it like a garbage collection. So ah, I have a beautiful place I can put it. I can put it inside of the main FRM window, which is the MDI form, and I can check for when the form closes. So when the form closes, I can delete all images. So apparently we can't. I want to treat it like garbage collection. I want to treat it like garbage collection, guys. What is this? This is status strip, got it. It's a label. Okay, he did utilize the status strip. I think I broke something out. Undo any changes that I made. Alright, so that is just isn't breaking anything here. So I want to go into event. I want to form closing. Which is better? Occurs whenever the user closes the form after the user has after the form has been closed and specifies the close reason. Okay. Because whenever the user closes the form before the form has been closed and specifies the close reason. So, right. So when the form has been closed or form closed, I think I want to go with form closing. So when the form is closing, hopefully, hopefully, delete is that delete images. So once I'm treating it like a garbage collection of the whole system, you don't have to delete it right away. When the program finishes, then we just get rid of all of the junk that's in the directory. You know. So I want to remove everywhere. Update. So I'm just gonna close this. I'm just gonna close this for right now. Where am I? What am I doing? I want to add this everywhere. So I need to go to the farmer class. So did I close the farmer class? It looks like I did because I added the mm, okay. This is gonna be an error. I forgot that I was trying to get rid of the noise and I left that there. So where am I? So it's not inside the farmer class. So okay, it will be after I update the image. That will be in right here. So just going to treat it like garbage collection. In the program, when the form is closing, when the user exits this program, delete all of the unnecessary images or images that are not in the database. We don't want them in our directory. That's a waste of space. So you also the user portal product. It did delete it. It did delete, but I need to add another product too. So hold up. It did delete it, but it couldn't delete because I don't know what went. I don't know what happened there. So I'm just gonna try. Ooh, ooh. Almost. I was updating. I was supposed to be updating my SMS. Three. Some. Some add two. Some random number here. Some random number there. I wanna save. Alright. I wanna go back to manage products. Should get a back button and let's press delete. Right, and let's see if we can see our project file here. Images. All right, we have 3 images in here so far. So it did okay, so it did delete the product, but didn't delete the image. So let us try closing over to this. Come on, guys, come on. Always an attempt though. Really was an attempt. Um, really was an attempt. Okay, so the program is reading. So I might have to check. I might have to check form closing. Or instead of form closing, I might just have to check form close. So I can't delete the image while the image is being used somewhere. An image is being used somewhere. But it shouldn't be being it's being read. It's being read by something somewhere. It's not being used by any of the picture box. But it's definitely being registered as read or being read somewhere. So I need to revisit what I was attempting to do. You go to the code behind. No, I'm right where I should be. Alright, so no. Oh, let me not show that event that will cause a lot of issues. Which event am I? I'm looking for behavior. Oh, no, the problem. It's finding I'm probably moving a bit too fast. Okay, here I am. So I definitely want to get rid of this right here. Let's see. Let's see. If we can work with form closed. So I can just do that. I think I can delete this. Right, so whether or not it works, we'll see in a moment. I might okay, the build was successful. Go in here on form code, it should if it does raise an exception. Our garbage collection worked with our images, guys, and it's beautiful. I really love it. All what's coming together here. Figuring this out on the spot, on the fly, thinking up solutions and better my skills, definitely. My logic, problem solving skills. I'm becoming more confident in myself and the solution that I have the potential to produce. Solutions that have the potential to produce, and sharing it with this medium, through this medium, kind of serves as even more of a booster to get more done and explain things, walk through my own logic. Sometimes I think about it without even think about it. So I'm just here. It's 10 o'clock. I promised myself, but by 10 I'll finish what I was doing. So all that's left for me to do, guys, is simply push all of my changes, and I'll do that off camera. Thank you for watching, and I'll definitely be back with more content.